people may find themselves in a place, they may hear about somebody who's free, so to speak, and is free of suffering or living this kind of very profoundly happy, but maybe they're going, well, I'm not happy. How did that happen for them? Right? What do I need to do?
Give me a can of that, right?
Yeah, well, obviously it sounds good, particularly when, what you've been doing isn't working or you're, struggling. So, of course, I think people want to find support in letting go of the struggle and maybe finding peace. So, from that perspective, there's many, many, many suggestions that are out there, infinite suggestions, really, for how to access what might be called inner peace or our own true nature. So it could be through just sitting quietly or being in nature or being around other people who are open and conscious.
Right, we just said resonance.
Yeah. I think you explore, then you start exploring and finding, and maybe you just wake up. Maybe all of a sudden you get it. Something has dropped away or something has shifted. When you hear other people's stories, often you say, well, I want to have that. How do I have that? And actually, I think each person's process and discovery is very unique. So
it's not the actual trail or path or process or practice, but it's just the act of discovering and exploring.
Yes, and there's certain things that, let's just say, make you prone to discovery. One of my Zen teachers many years ago, Robert Aiken Roshi, said that, referring to Zazen, which is the Zen meditation practice, saying, he goes, enlightenment is an accident, but Zazen makes you accident prone. So if you have the expectation, well, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to get enlightened, or I'm going to follow some practice, then you're setting up an expectation. But the truth is, we don't know how it happens. It does it all by itself. Just like, we're out here in the forest. How did these incredible redwood trees grow? Right? How did our brain develop? Like, we don't know the answers to these things, really. Right? It's mysterious. So this awakening process, which is very natural, is also completely mysterious. I think the question is, how do we facilitate it? How can we be available so that it can flourish, if you will, so that the tree can grow? And I think there's a lot out there, and there's so much now available for people to explore and to test and experience and discover. I know in my own case, I was lucky to be mentored by people who I think we might call had been fairly resonating on a high frequency, and just being around them somehow was like a mentoring, very, very helpful. In my case, probably essential, so that I could recognize what they were talking about until I could see it reflected back and have it acknowledged. I might have, who knows what I might have been doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
And I think it's natural for everybody. I think most people have tasted the truth and may not even know it. They may be running after some experience and not even realize that they're already accessing wakefulness or awakened being. It's completely natural, you're right. It's completely natural, available to everybody.